Welcome to the TruthIsRealpodcast. This is your host, Vedo. This is the up close and personal session with your host, Vedo. Yes, this is something special that I'm doing this on this Sunday evening with myself. I decided that, since I started doing the Truth is Real podcast, there's never been an actual episode with the actual host of the Truth is Real podcast. So I'm always getting up close and personal with everybody else. You're always hearing everyone else's views and what they have to say about a lot of different topics. So I decided to give my undivided attention to myself today. So I want everybody to give a nice hand clap to your host, Vedo. Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely do appreciate it. So this is going to be an interesting show. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be an interesting show. I'm going to touch on a few different topics that I've been wanting to talk about. The Truth is Real podcast always comes from what I see out here. It's not always about my personal life. Sometimes it's just about things I hear, things I see, and just, from what social media is saying on the gram is what we say. It's a lot of things that I see. And then, I'm around a lot of different people. I'm around a lot of different women, working in the club environment. And being in that world that I'm in, I get to see both sides. Of course, I'm a man, so I kind of know everything about being a man that needs to be. And anything that I'm learning, I do like to learn from other men also. But being also in a world where there's a lot of women, you get to see and hear from a lot of different women, their views and their stands on different topics and so forth. So I'd always felt like it was a great idea to come over a podcast that kind of touched on these different views and different outlooks on life that we have, and me just being in the middle of everything and hearing both sides and just seeing what goes on. It's a far disconnect that I've seen that we do have, especially between men and women, in understanding each other and understanding our wants and our needs and understanding what our happiness brings to us. So this is one of the main reasons why I did come up with the Truth is Real podcast. This is about just being real and being truthful. It took me time to decide to do a podcast, because doing a podcast, you have to open up to the world, open yourself up to what people's perceptions or people's views are about you. And it's not always easy to accept what people might think or feel, but as you get older and as you grow and as you mature, you understand that no one's views, no one's belief in you ever stopped you from doing what you ever wanted to do in life. So as I got older, I realized, opening up to the world is not a bad thing, because it allows me to become a stronger person. The more punches and hits that you do take in life in general, it just makes you a stronger person in life. And, when you're finally able to become yourself and understand yourself and accept who you are as a person and know yourself as a person, no one can ever take that away from you. So you get to a point when you're able to be that person. It's okay to open up. It's okay to put yourself on Front Street for people to judge. And sometimes it's constructive criticism. Sometimes having some people analyze who you are. It may be some things that open your eyes up. I've been told things in my life that I've had to take a look at and figure out how I need to make those changes due to me opening myself up and opening my life up for people to dig into and look into and critique. So this is something new for me. This is not something that I've always wanted to do, but something I've always been told that I should do. So I'm going to say that throughout my life, I've always been outspoken. I've always been someone to just do my own thing, be in my own lane, and kind of not worry about what the next person feels or thinks about me. That could be good or bad in whatever way that we look at it. But I've always accepted me for being me. It never felt bad about being who I am. I always know that I can do better in life, but I don't knock myself for being who I am today. This is who God made me. This is who God wanted me to be. And even though I'm probably not the perfect version that God wanted me to be, I'm striving to be that person. And as we make our mistakes and hit bumps in our road and, just try to maneuver through the parts of life, you kind of understand that you're not going to be perfect. And as long as you inside have goodwill, good heart, and have that faith and that belief, I feel like that you'll, strive to do what you need to do. So again, I don't want to keep on rambling on about that part, but this is, a little bit about who I am and about the reason why I started the Truth is Real podcast, and that hopefully that, this is something that people will enjoy, and entertain and educate and open your eyes and give you something to talk about when you're amongst your family and friends and associates. And hopefully it just gets people thinking. So I'm always open to have people willing to come on the podcast. Not All right. Back to the Truth is Real podcast. Had a little technical difficulties, but we're going to bring it right back. Like I did say, thank you again for tuning into the Truth is Real podcast, and I appreciate everybody's support and being there for me as we grow the Truth is Real podcast. Now, again, this is a special episode with your host, Vedo, up close and personal with your host, Vedo. I'm on the Truth is Real podcast, and I'm going to dive really quick into a few topics and get straight to the point. This is a topic that I want to talk about. And this is something interesting that I think people may have some comments and opinions on that I would love to hear. Like I did say, if you feel a certain way, put in a comment. I love anybody to, put a comment in there and, give me how they personally feel. That's what the show is about. No one's ever offended on your views or your outlooks. This is about starting a conversation and get everyone talking. So we're always open to that. So never be scared to actually put a comment on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, and maybe I'll respond back. Maybe someone else will respond back and get a conversation going, and help enlighten more people on different topics and different questions people may have regarding the Truth is Real podcast. So I'm gonna get into this real quick, and I just want to talk about this topic right here. What is being cool? Now, I'm gonna ask that question again. What is being cool? Think on that. What is being cool? Now, when I was in high school, when I was young, I knew what was being cool was. Cool was, hanging with the right crowd, hanging with certain people, doing certain things, just kind of, not really being who you are as a person. You just wanted to fit in. You just wanted to be with a certain crowd of people, to have a certain respect level, right? I knew what being cool was when I was young, because being cool was just something that could help you get through school a lot faster, help you kind of meet more people, have more friends, and maybe do more things that are fun, interesting, maybe not always that good. So I understood what being cool was when I was young. Now I'm a grown adult, and at this point in time, being cool to me never changed anything personally in my life. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being cool, but I'm just saying being cool never changed anything personally in my life. So when I say what is being cool, the question is, why be cool? It's not about not being cool, but the question is, and I always make the statement to anyone that I have this conversation with, is that most people that I know that are billionaires were not cool. Most people that I know were multi-millionaires were not cool. So I don't associate being cool with success. I don't associate being cool with happiness. So when I say why be cool, my question is, why be cool? What does cool do for you? Honestly, if cool just brings you attention and that's it, do you really want that attention if you're not coming with that success? And let's keep it honestly, truthfully. I'm not talking about being cool as a rapper. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just being cool in everyday lifestyle. Just being cool, just wanting to make everybody feel like you are that person. I understand if you are some type of social media socialite that's generating hundreds of thousands of dollars off of your image of being cool. It's a little bit different there. But when I say why be cool? My question is cool really helping you succeed in your everyday life? I never ever heard anyone say I made money because I was cool. So this goes out to the youth, everyone that just wants to do and follow everybody because they feel like it's a trend. Instagram has made everybody feel like they have to do everything that everyone else does, because if you don't, you're not cool. But as you're following these people and trying to figure out a way to continue on being cool, you're allowing yourself to take away the time that you need to work on being successful. See, when you get older, you understand being cool does not pay your bills. You understand being cool does not allow you to have a healthy relationship. You understand being cool does not allow you to have great health. See, as when you get older, you understand that cool is nothing but a word. Nothing but a word that was used to make you feel good, to make you feel powerful, to make you feel like you were somebody special. Why be cool? I don't want to be cool. I want to be healthy. I want to be financially stable. I want to have a happy family. I want to be blessed. I want to enjoy my life until that day and time comes. So, I say this because, like I did state before, when we watch Instagram and we see social media, we always are analyzing everything someone does. We're always looking around and we're wondering why we cannot be that person. You see, you have people that work 9-to-5 jobs. They're sitting at their work in their cubicle and they're on Instagram. They're looking at the next person popping bottles at the club, flying here, flying there with all these beautiful women. And they're like, wow, why can't my life be that life? They're interested in cool because we have sold that. We have sold that vision, that vision is what life is all about, not knowing that most of those people can't afford that lifestyle. Most of that stuff is not real. That most of that stuff is all for entertainment. It's all for purposes of marketing, promotion. It's all for purpose of making me look cool. Why be cool? Everybody said, let's go to Vegas. It's a fight. Javante Davis, it's a fight. Let's go. Let's be cool. Let's be honest. How much money was spent to go out to Vegas? Let's be honest. How much was the flight? How much was a nice hotel? How much was a rental car? How much was the parties? How much was going to Dreas? Let's be cool. How much money did you spend trying to be cool? Let's be honest. Half the people, if not more than half the people, travel down to Vegas in the middle of the month. Guarantee you, more than half of those people are going to come back and trying to figure out how to pay the rent. If they have rent. Figuring out how to pay the car note. If they have a car. You see, trying to be cool eventually makes you non-cool at all. Because being broke, not having any type of success, not having certain things that you need in life, that's not being cool. See, as you get older, being cool is a little bit different. Being cool is having a family that is taken care of. Being cool is being healthy. Being cool is waking every day, being blessed that your bills are paid and you're doing it the right way. That's being cool. So I don't know, anybody listening to this, hopefully you understand the difference and why I feel that I'd rather just not be cool. And if I choose to be cool, my definition of cool is being cool in the manner and way I just stated. Being cool. So that's the little quick topic. That just came to my head because I just see everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be cool, right? So we're gonna move on to another topic real quick, and this is going to be more and more interesting as we go along. And this is my question. This is my question to the social media world. Is that broke? Why do we consider two definitions for a man. He's either broke or he's rich. He's either broke or he's rich. Now, I ask that question because, anytime I have a one-on-one conversation with a woman about a man, it's just men, being providers or taking care of a woman and making sure she's good. And I always say, well, why do you have to always try to shoot for a rich man? And the rebuttal is always, am I supposed to be with a broke man? I'm supposed to be a man that doesn't do anything, doesn't have any money? What blows my mind is that these women, and not all women, but these women that I talk to, they feel that there's no in between. Now, if we put a number on what rich is, let's just say in today's society, and just make it easier, let's say when someone reaches the threshold of $1 million plus, you consider them a millionaire, right? They're a millionaire, right? Okay. So we're saying someone broke, we're talking about zero to what? Let's say what these women would say, what zero to, let's say, they probably would say 0 to 80,000, 90,000. You're considered broke. That's what maybe a lot of these new age women would say, right? If a man said he made $60,000, $70,000, that's nothing, right? Okay. So if that's the case, my question is, most women don't get it. In between that number of, let's say, 90 to $1 million, it's a big threshold, right? So the first question is, how many men walking around in your city truly, honestly, legally, legitly make 1 million plus? Okay. So we think like that. Then we ask ourselves, okay, well, if you're dating, let's say, a black man, women out here dating black men, how many men legitimately in your city in 30 to 40 mile radius legitimately make 1 million plus, right? Okay. And let's break it down. How many men make 500,000 plus? Okay. So when women say, I want someone rich, my first question to you is, where is this rich man? Where are you finding this rich man, right? Okay. How many rich men in your neighborhood, in your city are there? Legitimately rich men, right? Okay. Not many. So you're looking for this under 1% man, right? But then I say, okay, well, what about all the men in the middle? So you're saying a man can make $150,000 and he would not be able to qualify to be a man that you would be with? So you're saying that if a man makes $200,000 a year, and it's not impossible to make, you have men in the government, you have men that do IT, you have men, doctors, lawyers, you have men that have businesses, you have men, that do a lot of different things that could draw in $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year, right? So you do $200,000 a year, and you're talking about what? How much is that monthly? That might be about $16K a month, right? So $16K a month. Now, most women never seen $16K a month. Most women never been with a man that makes $16K a month, right? So the question is, most of these women out here aren't virgins. They have kids. They have men that they deal with. So why, when you publicly get out there, that you state that you need to find a rich man, when you settled for way less than a mediocre average man that does make about $150,000 to $200,000 a year? So the perception that a lot of women give off is that they're going to get a rich man when they know that they're not going to get a rich man. And that's why most women end up with a regular man. And a lot of times it's not even a regular average man. It's a man below average because they shoot for the stars, not realizing the good men that could possibly do what they need to do to take care of you. You look over and surpass them. So what I'm trying to say is that be honest with yourself, okay? Stop thinking that a man has to be a millionaire to do what you need him to do. Stop thinking that a man can't do what you need him to do. Stop thinking that you're going to find you a rich man. And I told a woman recently, okay, what happened if I came in and I said, you know what, I'm not settling down until I find me a supermodel, right? I want me a supermodel. I'm not settling down till I find me a supermodel. You know, the question women ask me, why do you think you get a supermodel? What makes you feel like you can get a supermodel? Are you rich? Do you look like a certain man that's going to get a supermodel? What brings you to the situation to ever think that you're going to find a supermodel? First of all, how many supermodels live in your area? What's your opportunity of running into one? And what's the opportunity of them giving you opportunity to even take them out? These things would be that exact stuff would be stated to me directly. But some reason women feel like that they have this dream and this fantasy that this man's going to come down from heaven and say, hey, I'm going to take on you, your family, your kids. I'm going to take on all the burdens you bring to the table. And I'm going to be your provider. You know why? Because you're just a great woman, right? Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. Anything's possible in this world, right? Anything's possible in this world. But my question to you, what's the likelihood of that happening? What's the likelihood of that happening? And the biggest thing that women don't understand is that most good men, we don't require too much. I'm going to say that again. Most good men, we do not require too much. And what I mean by that, we do not require too much. One thing women require, they are looking for security. They're looking for a provider, looking for you to take care of what the needs that you need, that your family needs, your kids need, so forth, your lover, and your backbone. All men are looking for is some appreciation most times. We want to feel appreciated. We want to feel like when we do what we do for our women, that we're doing it for a purpose. We're doing it because we solely love her and she loves us. You see, the requirements that women ask for, it's not that easy. A man has to go out here, figure out how to spring in a certain amount of money, bust his butt. If he's legally working, he's working hours, he's working a job, he's getting up in the morning, he's busting his butt, clocking in, running a business, doing what's needed to make sure you and your family are good. Not including dealing with the mental ups and downs of being in a relationship. Not including any other personal stresses that man may have to deal with. That requires a lot from a man. All a man asks for is something that doesn't require you waking up in the morning, going to work every day. It doesn't require you trying to figure out how much money to bring home to make sure everybody's mouth is fed. It doesn't require you to get up, make sure the house is taken care of. What a man is asking for is something that comes from deep inside a woman. It requires nothing financially. Appreciation. I told a woman one day, I was like, I met this young lady, and she opened my eyes up to, how different women can be. I said every morning I woke up and said good morning on my phone. Every time I went to sleep, I said good night on my phone. I said, Dad, this is something that, it's different. I like. Makes me feel appreciated. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like she shows interest, right? The young lady said to me, she's like, wow, oh yeah, I would never do anything like that. I'm not doing all that. I said, interesting, because I always was just thinking to myself, was like, wow, most women want a man to do so much for them. So much for them. But certain women feel that just sending a good morning text is too much. No, I'm not going to do that. He should be doing it. No, I'm not going to do that. That's too much. I don't want him to feel like that. I'm too pressed. The question is, what do you want from this man? So you're saying a text, a good morning, is not worth what he's about to do for you or what he wants to do for you. You see, a lot of women don't get it. The little things that a man needs doesn't require too much. It's very simple. Showing appreciation. A lot of women don't get it. Don't ask for nothing and watch what you get in return. So much more. Most women don't get it. Men know what you're about. Men know if you're just about the money. Men will never look at you anything more when you're just about the money. Any woman I know that's in a really healthy, successful relationship, she didn't come to the table looking for money. She came to the table looking for a partnership, a soulmate, someone to build with. And that man could see that that's why she came to the table, not just because you have some money and you're just tired and you're tired of taking care of your kids and you're tired of waking up every day going to work and you just want to give in. So the first man you meet that's willing to take on this burden, you're willing to say, okay, I'll be with you. Not because of happiness, not because of love, not because of you wanting to build, not because you're trying to really have a strong family, just because you're tired. So you're willing to settle for whatever comes your way. You're willing to settle for anything and everything, no matter what that man does, no matter who he is, no matter how he acts, no matter how he treats you. This is what you want. This is what you need because you just don't want to work. Right. The life that you want to live, the life that you strive to look for because you want to travel, you want the fancy things, you want the luxury, you want to wake up when you want to wake up and do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you're not happy. Why? Why? You asked for it, you got it, but you're not happy. You're on Instagram, he's cheating, he's out all night, he's not doing anything. He talks to me a certain way, he put his hands on me. But you wanted what you wanted and you got it, but you're not happy. Why? Why not learn from the past? But you can continue and just continue making the same decisions and thinking that you're going to find another one's going to take care of you. You're going to do all the things, but this one's going to be different. He's going to make you happy. He's going to treat you like a queen. He's going to talk to you certain ways that make you feel good, and you're going to be happy. You do it again and you do it again and you do it again and you do it again, but guess what? It just never changes. You just keep on looking and looking for another one and another one and another one. You get older and older and older, and you're not happy. Then you realize at the end, as you get older, you're looking at 38, 39, 40, you're like, wow. He doesn't have to be rich. He doesn't have to have everything. He doesn't need to be this millionaire that I've been looking for. I just want to be happy. I just want somebody to love me. I just want somebody to be there for me, somebody to talk to me like they care. I want somebody to answer my calls. I want somebody not to be out all night long. I want somebody to be home. I want somebody to help me raise my kids and really care about my kids and love my kids and love me and be there for me and really understand that I just want to be there. I don't care about how much money. I just want to make sure we're good. I just want to make sure we're happy. I don't care about all the trips and all the designer and all the fancy things. I just want happiness because I realize that all that stuff brought you no happiness, and now you're looking for that one. And now that one is not looking for you anymore. Time has trickled down. Times have changed. You don't have what you used to have. The get up is not the same. And now guess what you do? You say, okay, well, I'll settle. I just settle. I just don't want to be alone by myself. I don't want to grow old by myself. I'm getting older. Oh my goodness, I don't have a child. I need to have a child. I don't know. I just need someone. And you settle now. And guess what? You're not happy. So the question is, do you want to be happy? A lot of women, I just don't understand. Do you want to be happy? Because what you're looking and what you're striving and what you're going for, it's not happiness. And if you think money will make you happy, you will see, you will get it, you will understand, but it just may be too late before you make that change. So I always say, think, pray, but be careful what you ask for. Because sometimes what you ask for is not what you need, and what you get is not what you want. why do some women feel that being so dominant works in a relationship? Why? Why? I just don't understand that. You know, I never understood why women would think that men really throat getting a little dry. I never understand why women think that being so dominant, aggressive, works in relationships and real relationships. I mean, most real men want a feminine woman. Most real men want a real woman, want a sexy, wants a soft, a real woman, a woman that makes you feel good, makes you a nourishing woman, a woman that you look at and you just want to hold. You just want to make sure she's protected. You just want to make sure that nothing touches her. You just want to make sure she's good. You just want to make sure she's taken care of. You don't want to hurt. You don't want her to you don't want her to want nothing. So I just don't understand why a woman feels like that a man wants something that even tries to come close to matching what a man is. When I talk to you, do I want you to sound aggressive and come across like I'm talking to one of my male friends? No, I do not. When I look at you, do I want to look at you anything more than what the woman that you should be? Not saying that someone won't love you for who you are. There's always someone out here for you. But it may not be the best match for you. You may scare off someone. You may be missing out on so many opportunities, all because you just want to be this aggressor. You just want to have so much anger. And a lot of these women and a lot of these men don't get it. A lot of these women been in a lot of bisexual relationships, and they're mixed up in the head on knowing what role to play. See, what happens when they're in these bisexual relationships and they go back and forth, they get their gender roles mixed up and confused. And what I mean by that is that when a woman is with a woman, one could be the aggressor, one could not be the non-aggressor. And it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you're feminine or more dominant looking. It just can switch back and forth. So at the end of the day, when a man gets a woman that's been in those type of relationships, sometimes that woman doesn't realize she's kicking on her dominant side. She doesn't understand that she's showing that dominant side. Then now she's coming across more on the manly side because she's so used to being sometimes the dominant one in that relationship. It could be two films in the relationship. And one could be dominant. One is always going to be the most dominant one. Doesn't make a difference what you look like. You may end up with a woman that was in a relationship like that, and she may be the dominant one. But most women don't understand. Most men, they'll have fun with you. They'll kick it with you. They'll do with you. But do you think they want to wife up a woman that comes across with manly traits? Does it make a difference how beautiful you are? Understand, no one's saying you have to change, but it just makes you understand and question maybe that may be holding you back and meeting the true man that you may want to meet. Loosen up a little bit, show a little bit of femininity to you. That's all. It's the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to end it with this last one is that the devil will show his face. And what I mean by the devil will show his face is that a lot of times we don't realize when the devil shows his face. The devil comes in many forms and faces. The devil can be your friend, your associate, family member, colleague, a friend of a friend. Just a regular person walking down the street. The devil comes in so many faces. And a lot of times that devil will show us his face. He will show us his face. He will show us his face. He will show us his face. And we just don't want to see that that's the devil showing us his face. You see, when I say the devil shows his face, I'm saying this. This is what I'm saying. When something happens in your life, you're like, damn, how did I get here? Damn, how did this even happen to me? Damn, what did I do for this to even go down like this? That's the devil showing his face. See, when we don't realize it's the devil showing his face, we continue down the path that we continue. And that's the devil sending his army, sending his soldiers, sending them to come get you. And you just keep on allowing him to keep on attacking you and attacking you and attacking you. You're not realizing that's the devil. You're not realizing they're trying to bring you down. Trying to bring you down. They see you flourishing. They see you succeeding. They see you growing. They're seeing you in a positive mindset, positive mind state. But oh yeah, the devil don't like that. The devil does not like that. The devil will come for you. If you're not smart enough to understand and you follow that path and you follow that path and you allow that devil to play mind games with you, you soon will be where that devil wants you to be. You see, you have to realize it. You have to understand. You have to understand and stop worrying about anybody else. Worry about what your faith is. Worry about what your success is. Worry what your life path is. Worry about you. A lot of times we're so concerned, we're so consumed of everything else around us. We're so worried about what the next person's doing. We're so nosy. We don't even take a step back to realize that worry about ourselves, worry about what we're doing next, worry about our lives, worry about us making it to the next level. Why do we worry about the next person? Why are we so consumed about what the next person is doing? Why do we care? You don't pay my bills. You don't do anything for that person. So why do you care so much about somebody who does nothing for you? Stop allowing people to bring you down. Stop allowing the devil to show his face. Move in the direction. Have faith. Keep your faith into who you are as a person. You see, with social media, so many devils out there that come in so many forms and so many ways that you don't even realize, because you're looking at so much the facade of this excitement of everything going on that you don't even know that's a devil that's just teasing you, showing you, oh, you want this, you want diamonds, you want pearls, you want money, you want cars, you want trips, you want vacations, you want women, you want everything, you want this, you want that, you need it, you can't do this on what you're doing every day, you can't work at your job and do this is never going to happen for you. You're going to be happy once you get all of this that you see on Instagram, not knowing that's not happiness. And we go back to it again. Money will never make you happy completely. Yes, everybody wants success. Everybody wants money. But the way you get the money determines a lot about your happiness and your success and your future in life that you do not think about as you're trying to figure out a way to get what you see. We allow the devil to show his face, and we follow as he sends his soldiers, his army to attack us and attack us and attack us. If you're not big enough, grown enough, and you don't have that faith and that belief in God that you know no matter what, you're going to succeed, don't let him do it. Don't let him take you there. Don't let him bring you down. Don't let him make you feel that you're lesser than who you are as a person just to make that devil win. No, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. A lot of times we want to feel like we have to do things and make people feel that we're somebody that we're not. No, be who you are, accept who you are. Understand people are going to love you and hate you no matter what you do. That's life. It's life. Be who you are. Stand strong who you are. Because one thing no one can never say to you, you ain't who you are. It is what it is. When you are who you are, you walk stronger, your head up high, no matter what. No matter what. You got to understand that. You know, a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people just think life is a game. And you got to watch out for the people that think life is a game. You got to be careful with dealing with anybody who thinks life is a game. Those are the people you stay away from. Run. Those are the devils, the enemies, the army. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Life is never a game. Precious, life is never a game. Things happen every day. Nobody really thinks nothing of it until it touches you personally. Why be a gangster? Why be a thug? Sounds good, feels good, but why? Any real person in the streets would tell you that life ain't something you want to do. Any real person in the streets that made it out the streets would tell you that ain't the life you want. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But, this is what social media and this generation just feels that this is what it has to be. Sad, but true. All you could do is pray. But hopefully, there's ones that are listening, just, understand it's not the way, it's not the path, it's not the life, waking up every day, looking over your shoulders. It's just not the life that I would want to live. No, easier said than done. But, sometimes you have to understand, you have to respect and really know who you are as a person. If more people accepted them for who they were, there would be less violence in life and just in the world, because most people are trying to prove themselves, have to prove themselves to other people that make them feel that they are more than who they are. It's not needed. It's not needed. It's not needed. Be who you are. Accept who you are. Do what you choose to do to be the best that you need to be. Stop worrying about what the next person brings to the table, because at the end of the day, it's what you bring to the table for yourself. When it's all said and done, you have to feed yourself. So, like I said, this podcast it's very different. Today it's more of a up close and personal with certain topics that, I just wanted to speak on personally and just give my little views and personal views and understandings of how I feel about these things, and just give you more deep look into who I am, Vedo, your host, the Truth is Real podcast, and just get a more feel for what this show is about. And like I did say, I'm welcome to have anybody come on the show that's interested in speaking truthfully and open about certain topics and certain things that we speak on. So again, I thank everybody for giving me about 40 minutes of your time to give you a special episode of the Truth is Real podcast. Again, this is your host, Vedo, the Truth is Real podcast. And again, we're doing things different this year. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate anybody that watches us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Follow us, Truth is Real podcast. Email is truthisrealpodcast@gmail.com. And like I did say, we're going to bring you bigger and better things. And, soon you'll see more episodes of us moving around and just doing a lot of talking with a lot of different individuals with different backgrounds and different views. So, again, thank you again for joining in and watching the Truth is Real podcast. I'm going to get this episode edited, chopped up real quick. Again, I do this myself, guys. Support me. Record it, tape it, edit it, chop it up, put it up. This is a one-man shop. Do it for myself, and I do it just to show people that, there's outlets that if you choose to do something that you really want to do it yourself, make it happen, invest your own time and money into it, and watch it grow to something. The number one thing is having ownership of something that's yours. So thank you again for watching the Truth is Real podcast, and everybody have a great evening. Thank you for your time and day. Bye-bye.